You're looking live and down at the we are.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And a deep three from George. And it's rebounded by Covington. Here's McCollum. That one doesn't go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And the wide open shot from Morris. Zubac the pass to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Shoots over Lillard. Morris dishes to Leonard. Back to Morris. Clock at 4. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. And here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Outside, George.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
McCollum finds Hollis Jefferson. Portland moving the ball around. And Portland with another turnover here. Now Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Unloads from 13. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Really good job to block out there. This is why you want to go.
Guys, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Morris kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Back to Lillard. To the inside and finished off by Nurkic.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
George way outside. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. McCollum passes to Hollis Jefferson. Stolen by George. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
The pass to Covington. Now here's Lillard from deep three-point range. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape. Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
1:09 left in the first. Some solid defense from Lillard.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Hollis Jefferson kicks to McCollum. Here's the three. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Here's Leonard. He can't hit that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Lillard. Puts the move on. Pass to Ganner. This one for three. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by three. Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Oh, Rondo in position. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Leonard. Deep two from Anthony. Second chance shot. Here's Cantor. Nice D from Cousins. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Kennard kicks to Beverly. He dishes it to Cousins. Shot clock at 5. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. 3-point lead. Here's Cantor. He feeds it to Anthony. Passes to Simons. Portland again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Man. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
That's what you call leaving no doubt. Anthony responds emphatically.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Beverly.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Cousins. Cantor kicks to Jones. For 3. No good. Shot missing. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Beverly wide open. Batum wide open. He fired. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Batum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. Batum against McCollum. Covington. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 3. And here's Morris for 3. And the Clippers miss again. The Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Right side, Covington. Back to McCollum. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Stolen by McCollum. Here's Nurkic, and he'll shoot free throws here clearly. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where
where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Leonard, he's...
Young fella.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Rondo. Pass to Leonard. That one good for two. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Lillard outside. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Leonard with the ball. He has 7. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you have to love the patience by Kawhi right there. Use the pick and roll game to perfection.
And that'll do it for the first half. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, as he gets into his 30s to lead. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3 side.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Lillard dishes to Carmelo. Stolen by Jackson. With a tie. And the layup by George. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And Lillard throws it down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
George with no one around. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for George. McCollum outside. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Wow, the vertical of Hollis Jefferson, simply unreal. This guy's got a little showman in his game.
And here's Jackson. He has 5. Now Beverly. It's tipped.
Wow, fantastic to see Hollis Jefferson hit it twice on the pipes. Extends out and sends it back.
A different look for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Lillard outside. And Lillard gets double teamed. 16 feet away. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Lillard against Beverly. Lets the 3 fly. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Fires from deep. A rebound by Simons. Trailblazers leading by 4. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Leonard, he's checked in for Zubac. We've got 1:23 left here in the 3rd quarter. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Leonard inside. Anthony on him. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got 9.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
In the corner, Powell with it. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Clippers trail by 6. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Leonard with the bucket.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
It's Powell on the wing. .11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Anthony. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
The Clippers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. First one falls for. And Rondo drops them both.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Carmelo Anthony getting it done for the Portland Trail Blazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. You don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Here's Simons. Passes it to Powell. Shoots the three. And he's good on the three ball. Powell's got himself on the board with three there.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
Rondo kicks to George. Pass to Cousins. Beyond the arc. The Clippers rebound. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 5-point game. Here's Anthony. Left block shot on the way. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And the Clippers call time here. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. In the corner, George with it. 6 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
You see, Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
Portland leading by 6. McCollum outside. Lillard scanning the floor. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
YouTube.
So it's Portland now. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Everly with the ball. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here is Lillard. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And the first one drops.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Pass to Nurkic. To the paint. Here's McCollum. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Now Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot, no good. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Now, here's Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Launches a 3. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Kicks it out to Covington. The 3 from McCollum. He's off on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post. Possesses great touch and great length.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Here's Nurkic. On target from 13 feet. Nurkic has got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. The week is starting off right. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard. And for Brooklyn, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Jordan in at the five. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And yes, it's good.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Harden outside. Leonard against Harris. Shot clock at 6. Back to Irving. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Kyrie's the guy that's going to have the ball in those kind of moments, playing deep into the shot clock, so fully capable there.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Over Jordan. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And George kicks to Morris. Durant with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And it goes down 2 points. Irving's got 6 points.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits and makes sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
And George, here we go.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Right side Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Harden against Jackson. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Pass to Cousins. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, there's a lot of moves that Cousins can go with on the inside. If he doesn't back you down, he's got a fadeaway and a step back. Tough to guard on the interior.
Now, here is Irving. 8 points for him. Durant just inside the line. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 3. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. On its way from Irving for 2. Misses off the right iron. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Beverley. Green with the block. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court. Leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Here's Rondo. Here's Batum. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
They get it back. Outside for KD. Over Kennard. That one a little long. Clippers trail by 3. Rondo passes to Beverley. Here's Batum. Great D that time from Green.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Yep, it counts.
That's where Durant is making a living right now. A sensational jump shooter and a deadly release.
Right side, Batum. Back to Rondo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Harris. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We've got Harden. He's out there with Brown. Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Harden against Beverley, inside, and the wide-open shot from Griffin. No good off the back of the rim.
I'm shocked he missed that wide-open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
Shoots from the line. A shot by Batum, no good. Brooklyn leading by 5. For 3, Harris. Kennard with the rebound. And for the Clippers, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Blake Griffin. Pass to Harden. And the jam by Harden. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clippers trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Here's Harden, and the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. Brooklyn with the ball. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Out to Harris. From deep. The putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Down low. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty, even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Irving dishes to Harris. Wants to get it to Irving and does. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Connects from three-point range.
Yeah, Paul George, no problem pulling up well behind the three-point line to knock him down.
Jackson against Irving. Here's KD. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Morris, left side. On the wing, Jackson over Irving. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Durant, again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Kennard's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
KD looking around. Another shot. Jordan kicks to KD. Good on the triple. 9 points in the game so far.
Vintage KD, quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. It's good.
They're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
And here is Irving. He's got 12. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. And there's the pass to Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Jordan's got 6.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
And so we... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He had 12 points and 2. And that'll do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Harris against Leonard. To the inside. And Durant gets double teamed. And here's Jordan outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's George. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Here's KD. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 11. Leonard the pass to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 13.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Outside Durant. Over Morris. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Nets lead by 11.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Morris dishes to George. And it's in there. And that's 15 points for Paul George.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Jackson against Harden. Lobs it up for Jordan. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Jackson against Harden. Pass to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. Here's George. Morris trying to free himself up.
You see, he can't just throw up stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Harris. And it's Brown in for Irving. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Beverly's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament, get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And then for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
2 points, that one goes.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Kennard finds Rondo. Beverly with the ball. Passes it to Batum. Here's Leonard. Tries again. No good. Great D that time from Green. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Man's checked in.
Nice mid-range J, automatic it looks like for Kyrie Irving right now.
Outside Rondo. And that one clearly a foul. And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets, 13 points up. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Joe Harris. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point guard. So that's the Nets 5. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Pass to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Kicks it out to Leonard. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Harden with the defensive effort.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And here's Harris from the arc. Wing shot on the way. Jordan kicks to Harris. The kick out to Irving. The offensive rebound. Harris outside. Knocks down the three ball.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Jackson has the open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Nets leading by 12. Outside, KD. The kick out to Irving. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Jackson passes to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. Morris against Durant. Out to Harris. They swipe it. Here's Morris. And it's good off the back rim and in. Morris has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Harden dishes to KD. Looking to get back on track here.
Crazy long strides there from KD. Once he gets by you on the drive, see you later.
Here's George. From deep three-point range, the rebound by the Nets. Durant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harden outside. On the wing, Harris. Fires for 3. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Harris. And the Nets lead by 13. Jackson down low, guarded by Harden. Durant with some nice D. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Timeout. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 13. A minute 20 left to play here in the 4th. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nets.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Harden against Beverly. Harden scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Outside, George. Brooklyn with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. KD with it. There's the dish to Harden. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. Now here's McCollum, stolen by Durant. Here's Harden, lays it up and banks it in.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
Lillard against Harden. Durant with the steal. Feeds to Harden. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Traps in the tray.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Harden with it. Hollis Jefferson's there. Harris outside. From outside the arc, the shot will not fall. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Lillard finds Nurkic. Just 5 on the clock. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
Now, here's Lillard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Irving. They get it back. KD passes to Irving. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hollis Jefferson.
Boy, Hollis Jefferson really hard to stay in front of when he goes to the rack. And as a result, he can live at the line at times.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. To the middle. It's tipped. Kanter kicks to Anthony. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here is Irving. From past the arc. Another miss by Irving.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Jones, the pass to Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Irving. Will it go? Here's Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Here's Simons, covered by Irving. Kicks it out to Jones. This one for 3. A rebound by Jeff Green. Nets trail by 5. On the wing, Irving. Low block shot. That shot misses. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Trailblazers up 7. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Lillard scanning the floor. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Powell, he's checked in for Lillard. And the shot is good. Harden's got 6.
Incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
Outside Anthony. It's stolen by Brown. Harden with it. Now Anthony defending. And the dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Portland leading. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. There's the pass to Carmelo. Got a piece of it. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Harden draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
There are very few any better than Harden at the and one. He's an expert. He looks for the contact, initiates it, gets it, and still finishes. You can't be too physical with him.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Fires the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Jones kicks to Powell. From deep. He can't get that one to fall. The Nets go the other way with it. The Nets on offense. They've got a 10-0 run going. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists now tonight. On the wing, Jones. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Anthony. The feed to Cantor. On the wing, Harris. There's the triple. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nets?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Harden with it. Cantor covering. Jordan the pass to Brown. Chalk up 2 there. Brown's got his first points of the game. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I'd throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration too.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Well, you got to admire the precise passing of Harden. All he needs is a little crack to thread the needle.
Jordan against Cantor. Over Jordan. Passes to Powell. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's deflected. It's stolen by Anthony. Over Claxton. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter was a difficult one for Brooklyn. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm. Thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant in at the 4 slot.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Harden dishes to Jordan. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Boy, he is superb in transition. Hollis Jefferson can really get up and down the floor.
Harden with it. Hollis Jefferson's there. 18 feet out. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 7.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Pass to McCollum. Nurkic with it. Back to McCollum. Kicks it to Nurkic, and Harden comes to help. Here's McCollum. And that one is off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. 3-pointer. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Count it. Good. Hollis Jefferson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Harden outside. Outside Durant. Shoots over Covington. Jordan kicks to Irving. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back. And it's Irving missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
They now take the lead. He's got 5.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Jordan finds Durant. Goes up on the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Durant's got his first points of the night. Lillard the pass to McCollum. Harden against Lillard. Back to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by Kevin Durant. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harden, no good. Portland trailing here. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. 6 points for him to the inside. Here's Nurkic. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Irving against McCollum. Irving's shot is good.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Lillard the pass to McCollum. From deep. Lillard misses. Nets leading by 3. Down low. Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Irving's got 11 points.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. lays it up off the glass.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Harden outside. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score.
Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. Leading by 5. They get it back. Outside Irving. Out to Harris. The 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier 3-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
The pass to Lillard. Got it off in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Brooklyn in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Anthony out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Jarrett Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Anthony. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
Shamet with it. Luwawu, the pass to Griffin. To the paint. Here's Shamet. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Shamet's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets. Dishes it to Powell. Fires the 3. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Throws it up high. Brown finds Shamet. Back to Brown. Green inside the 3-point line. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
Pass to Cantor. The 3 from Anthony. Inside. Sweet move. That one no good. Great tee that time from Green. Powell, no one around him. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Nets leading by 10. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Stripped it away. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Powell for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Powell's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers.
Beautiful pick by Anthony.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Here's Shamet. Got a hand on it. They get it back. That shot by Griffin, no good. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots, and also finishing strong.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said, we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson, and finished off by Nurkic.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Harden outside. 1:30 left to play in the final quarter. And then Durant with the jam.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Lillard way outside. And another three for Portland.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And here's Harden. He kicks it to Durant. Clock at 6. From the high post. Almost, but it rolls out. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. It's McCollum with the drive. Nobody near Lillard. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Here's Harden. Yes!
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
34 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
They've got to go all out trying to force a turnover here.
Buries it from outside.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Tries it from the top of the key. No good. And he commits the intentional foul. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally. He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Harris outside. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. Coming to you today from... Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Outside, George. Here's Leonard. It's blocked. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance over George. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. Zubac against Nurkic. Here's Morris. Buries it down low.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, George. Leonard with the ball. Hollis Jefferson's there. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. The shot's good.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Jackson against Lillard. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Now here's Lillard. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's good from the elbow. Lillard's got his second basket of the night. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Now, here is George. Robert Covington unable to get his last shot to go. And he gets the bucket.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Lillard outside. Outside, Covington. Back to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Covington kicks to Lillard. Paul George with the steal. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. And they pick up 2.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. McCollum against George. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Portland shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the technical free throw is good.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Batum. Beverly dishes to Rondo. Back to Beverly. Good work defensively by Lillard.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Lillard with it. From deep three-point range.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense. Always gets a hand in the shooter's face. The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers ahead, leading by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. To the inside, Kennard, and he goes in for the dunk.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Powell, the pass to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Now here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Cousins. And Cancer pulls it down.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And it's Beverly missing.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. First trip to the line for him here.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad, and a proud one at that. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers shooting their first free throw tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson against Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the night.
With excellent footwork, Nurkic remains effective in those pick-and-roll situations.
From deep, George. That shot, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Powell for 3. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George, no good. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And that one's good, Lillard.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. The free throw drops for Leonard.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Pass to Morris. In the corner, George with it. Here's Leonard. Good D by Covington. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
6 on the shot clock. McCollum, no good. And Leonard has it in the corner. Morris. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the opening period. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Unable to get that one.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Zubats picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And Zubats picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Outside, Jones. Pass to Anthony. Over Morris.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Los Angeles making a switch here. Portland leading by 3. And a wide open look for McCollum. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Beverly. Lays it up off the glass. Beverly's got his first basket of the night.
And this is what Beverly likes, playing at a high pace, making his presence felt in the open court.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Lillard against Beverly. Tries it from 19. Lillard misses. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Beverly looking around. He dishes it to Batum. Back to Beverly. Pass to Kennard. 4 on the clock. Portland grabs the miss. And now Portland on the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Little in for Rondé and Hollis-Jefferson. And then for the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Lillard the pass to McCollum. The dunk and the foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
In the corner, Kennard with it. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Back to Lillard. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
Rondo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
It's his first trip to the line. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Harry Giles. Derek Jones comes in for Little. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And Jones has it in the corner. The pass to Carmelo. Kicks to Kanter. Passes it to Simons. Up again, and Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Outside Jackson. Leonard attacking. Zubac trying to break loose. And he makes that one. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the knack.
Simons, the pass to Jones. Anthony kicks to Jones. He gets it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass, and the great hands on the catch.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Here's Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Zubac, the pass to Jackson. The Clippers keep it alive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The first free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Kanter. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington passes to Simons. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Deflects the pass. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got his fourth rebound in this one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. A three from McCollum with the putback, and it's Lillard on the follow. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. George, and George with the stuff.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
Stolen by Beverly, and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Beverly with the ball. Count it.
Patrick Beverly plays with a scorer's mentality, takes the opportunity to step up.
Lillard against Beverly. Now Lillard. Covington finds Hollis Jefferson. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Stolen by Beverly. George passes to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Second chance shot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Hollis Jefferson. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Lillard outside. Kanter trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Zubac. Outside, George. It's good.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Lillard against Rondo. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Kept alive. Kicks it out to McCollum. No good on the 3.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
Leonard dishes to Rondo. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game. Adding a little cushion to their advantage. Nice work at the line.
Kanter. Morris with the rebound. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. McCollum finds Powell. Launches it. So the Clippers with the win. A truly, David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Irving. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. Leonard, that's for two. And finished off by Leonard.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Harden against Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Now, here's George. Leonard, the bounce pass. Zubac kicks to Leonard. 5 on the clock. And it's good for two. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Irving against George. Back to Irving. Shoots from the high post. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Nets. George passes to Morris. Outside for George. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Right side, Jordan. Wide open look. And too long on the shot.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
Leonard, no luck.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And KD the bucket on the assist by Jordan.
Well, don't let Kevin Durant get comfortable from the mid-range, because that is money in the bank.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Irving against George. Drilled from 11 feet out.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
And on the way from Irving for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Zubac, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. Jackson against Harden. Shoots over Zubac. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 6.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Leonard on the wing. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Irving. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D there from George. Here's Leonard. And it's sent back by KD.
But Kevin Durant uses his length so well. And how about the timing to send that rejection back?
Irving, good.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
The Clippers in the lead. Jackson deciding where to go with it. George against Irving. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Durant, and it falls over the rim and in.
Boy, do not fall asleep on Kevin Durant. Catch and shoot, forget about it.
It's stolen by Green. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Brown, and it's Durant, and it's Harden in at the 1.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
And here's Rondo. Here's Batum. Cousins trying to free himself up. And Batum gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Kennard kicks to Cousins. Basket counts.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Harden. He has 6. Down low. Griffin dishes to Brown. Griffin trying to get open. They kick it out to Green. It's Durant on the wing. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And it's 8 points for KD.
Boy, just the silky smoothness of the release of Kevin Durant. What a treat to watch.
Rondo passes to Batum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Batum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Harden against Rondo. Harden the pass to Griffin. Kicks it out to Harden. Clock at 4 over Rondo. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Harden. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Cousins against Griffin. And he comes up with the deuce. Cousins has got his second bucket. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Good on the shot. Beverly's got his first bucket of the night.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Here's Harden. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Mann passes to Batum. To the right side. Passes it to Cousins. Batum trying to break loose. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Beverly.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 4-point game. And now the Clippers on the break. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Irving. And so that's the end of the first half. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 8 points. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Morris dishes to George. And then George with the jam.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Harden the pass to Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Pass to Leonard. From deep and stolen by Jordan. And oh, here we go. Harris, nobody back. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
Los Angeles on D. 6-point lead. Jordan kicks to Irving. Lets it go from 14. And he drops that one in. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Harden the pass to Harris. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 14. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Outside, KD. Over Morris. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Cloak loose. Irving with it. George picks him up. Here's the lob for Harris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. George with no one around. Doesn't go that time. The Nets go the other way with it. Up the floor. That is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Kevin Durant.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And the Nets also making a change. Claxton's checked in. And he recovers it. And stolen by Jordan. Stolen by Zubac. Outside Rondo. Los Angeles with another miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Durant just inside the line. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Clippers leading by 4. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Irving dishes to Harris. 46 seconds left in the third. Shoots it up. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 6.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. To the inside. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone.
You can really tell when Kevin Durant is in the flow because the scoring looks like it's second nature. He's going to go down as one of the all-time best.
Rondo with it. And the pass to Morris. Over Claxton. No good on the last second attempt there. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. And there's Green. And it's Claxton in at the center. Here's Mann over Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Clearly a foul.
2 shots. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Nets trail by 4. Now, here is Irving. Green left side. 6 to shoot. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Batum.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
And we could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
Now, here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Passes it to Zubac. Over Claxton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets trail by 4. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Shamet. Pass to Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Here's Zubac. It's hauled in by Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Claxton. Here's Luwawu. The pass to Claxton to tie it up. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Kennard on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Outside Jackson. Here's Batum. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for Griffin. James Harden comes in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. Leonard attacking. The rebound by Luwawu. Leonard with the steal. They get a hand on it, but they get it back. Morris kicks to Jackson. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Irving. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Tries again. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's George. And contact up. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton, and Joe Harris is subbed in for Luwawu. Outside Irving. Inside Jordan. A shake. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 7.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. Here's George, and the layup falls.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Irving passes to Jordan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
When DJ's working the catch and shoot aspect of his game, boy, you know he feels good.
19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Leonard from 3. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And here's George. The long distance 3 is barreled. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The activity in front of the Brook. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Nets, we've got Irving. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the point guard. Jordan. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Harden outside. Jordan against Nurkic. Nurkic with the block. They recover it. They retain possession.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
The Trailblazers on offense. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Passes it to Johnson. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And Covington sends it back. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lillard.
The underrated part of Kevin Durant's game, his length and timing affecting shots.
Here's Luwawu. Kicks it out to Johnson. Tries yet again, and it's good on the layup. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Lillard with it. The pass to Nurkic. To the middle, and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Shamet. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And already at such a young age, Landry Shamet considered one of those critical role pieces for a very good team. Sky's still the limit for where he can get to.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. To the paint, here's Jordan. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Nurkic big and blocking.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. McCollum left side to the middle. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. The baseline J off the mark.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Johnson kicks to Griffin. Johnson outside. Inside. Clock at 6. Nurkic with the block.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
They get the rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane, they're hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
There's 1:17 left here in the first quarter. Stolen by McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Johnson comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it's Brown in for Tyler Johnson. Pass to Simons. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. That puts them in the lead.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
44 seconds left to play here in the first. Nets trail by 3. Here's Shamet. Johnson. It's good on the putback.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Pass to Simons. To the inside. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And taken away by Johnson. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Griffin. And it's good. 2 points.
And that's what Griffin does best. They're remarkable how he maintains control and schools the D.
And no good on the last second attempt this time. Tie game in Brooklyn. And we'll be back. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the team's common.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
They've got Green, Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And that one is good. Harden's got his first 2 points.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. And a new group in for the Nets. KD's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Johnson comes in for Harris. Luwawu is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Shot clock at 3. Green finds Brown. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Griffin in for Kevin Durant. And Portland with a change here, too. Lillard's checked in. Here's Jones. A rebound by the Nets.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
He hits Brown with the drive. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Excellent D from Cantor.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And Anthony gets it to go. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will. So Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Outside Anthony. Lillard right side. McCollum outside. Jones the pass to Anthony. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Anthony's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. Brown inside. Covered by Lillard. Here's Jordan. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love the confidence from Jordan. All of his shots are going to come from the paint, so he should be confident when he's got the ball there.
Passes to McCollum. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Fires it up. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Shoots from 14. The shot comes out, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Down low. The feed to Jordan. Puts the move on, and the layup is good. Jordan's got 10 points in the game.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Back to Lillard. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Griffin goes in outside for Jordan. Johnson the pass to Jordan. Here's Griffin. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one's on Anthony.
That's some incredible concentration there. Griffin destroying the defense and making the and one look simple.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Andrew Shamet comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Johnson in for Brown. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Johnson outside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Now Shamet. There's the 3. No good on that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. Jack, how does... And that'll...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Johnson with it. Lillard picks him up.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Here's Lillard. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 2. Back to Lillard, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break Lillard with the ball, and Damian Lillard with the jam. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg, believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded by McCollum. Claxton the pass to Shamet. He can't get that one. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's McCollum. To the left side wing. Lillard hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 8 points for Lillard.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Johnson surveying the floor. There's the pass to Shamet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And the shot is good.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot selection that you got to be on board with Lillard. Tenacious scorer, but I love the efficient opportunity there.
Covington with the steal. Here's Lillard. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's Luwawu. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the basket is good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
In the corner, Powell with it. Outside Anthony. Covington kicks to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Anthony, the pass to Covington. To the inside. That's tipped. Here's Luwawu. Guarded by Powell. Claxton, no good. Portland leading by 4. Here's Nurkic. The putback, and Covington stays with it.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for Johnson.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Simons surveying the D. 54 seconds left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. That one drops for him. Cantor's got his first points in this one.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Brown dishes to Jordan. Back to Brown. The layup missed. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. 6-point game. Here's Anthony. Rebounded by the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Shamet. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown finds Shamet. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Anthony down low, and we've reached the end of the third. It's the Trailblazers up by 4. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Nets trail by 4, A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the 2-guard spot. And for Portland, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Portland moving the ball around. To the paint, here's Jordan. And Cantor pulls it down.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Anthony kicks to Cantor. Durant against Anthony. It's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Left side, Jordan. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And he lays it up and in. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Simons inside. McCollum makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Oh man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Pops it up for Jordan, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's where they look to him most. DeAndre Jordan with arms that go on for days. Just toss that ball anywhere, and he knows what to do with it.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving, and it's Brown in for James Harden. Powell, he's checked in for Portland. Shot clock at 5. Durant with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Powell with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Cantor throws it down.
And while not a huge leaper, Cantor does have enough length and athleticism to make a play like that simple.
Brown feeling it out a bit. To the middle. Here's Jordan. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Brown. Feeds it to Cantor. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Brown. That one good for 2. Now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits to make sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Little, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Claxton. That's to Luwawu. Clock at 6. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Nets trail by 4. In transition, here come the Nets. No good from Luwawu. Powell with it, guarded now by Durant. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Right side, Kevin Durant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. Both shots good from the stripe.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. to the paint. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Pass to Pop. Back to Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. And now an 8-point Portland lead.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Lillard surveying the D. For 3. So the Trailblazers win it. This was a thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.